Okay, so welcome back to the Championship Rounds YouTube channel. Today we've got a big UFC event on UFC 259. 3 title fights on the card. So we've got the light heavyweight title, we've got the women's featherweight title, and we've got the bantamweight title. So big card on tonight. I know the camera's a bit not that clear, so I think next video I'm going to start recording it on my phone, try something like that. But yeah, just bear with me for this video if it's not too clear. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So obviously the main event, the one that people are going to want to see the most, is the main event. Can Israel Adesanya go up in weight? He's the title middleweight. He's going to go up in weight and fight for the light heavyweight belt, which is currently held by Jan Blachowicz. Can he? Is the question is the jump in weight going to be too much for him? So Izzy is currently undefeated, 20-0. He's pretty much cleared out that middleweight division in my opinion. Just beat Paulo Costa, finished him in round 2. Wasn't really too competitive. Everyone thought Paulo Costa, it looks like a beast. He's going to cause Izzy problems, but literally did not cause Izzy any problems, and Izzy just finished him in round 2. Interestingly, as you all probably know if you do watch MMA news and stuff like that, Paulo Costa was saying that he was actually drunk in the fight, like he couldn't sleep the day before, so he had 2 bottles of wine, and he was either drunk or hungover in that fight. He's trying to claim that, but I just think he was beaten. And then previous to that, he beat Yoel Romero, another beast. Not a great fight, but I kind of blame Yoel for that because he literally just stood in his defensive stance the whole fight, so you can't really fight. It's like trying to fight someone that's not really come to fight. So he still beat him on decision. So won that fight, and then previous to that, obviously beat Whittaker full of bout and finished him in round 2 again. So I feel like he's cleared out the division. The only one I would have liked to see him fight is Till, just because obviously Till's a UK guy, and I feel like Till could cause him some problems with his high level of striking. He's got really good Muay Thai and decent takedown defense. And if he could mix in a little bit of wrestling with Izzy, with the Muay Thai, maybe cause him some problems. But maybe we'll see that down the line if Izzy does come back down. I don't think he will come back down. I think his plan is to go up, stay at light heavyweight, and maybe even go up to heavyweight to fight John Jones. But his opponent Jan Blachowicz is not an easy task. I feel like Izzy will win because John Blachowicz he's older now, in the later end of his career. He's 38 years old. He's got power. His left hook has got a lot of power. But Izzy's just such a technical striker. He's a world championship kickboxer. So I feel like Izzy's just going to sort of piece him up on the feet and then win by decision. I feel like with Izzy, the only way that you can really beat Izzy is if you mix in wrestling. Like it's going to be hard to win just a kickboxing fight against a kickboxing world champion. That's why I feel like John Jones will beat Izzy, just because John Jones is a really good wrestler, so he'll be able to take him down, make him tired on the floor, get him working in the grappling, and just not let it just be a striking fight. But I feel like with Jan, he's not really a wrestler. John Blachowicz is he's quite an orthodox boxer with just a lot of power. He's got good takedown defense. But he doesn't really shoot for takedowns or anything, so it is just going to be a striking fight. And don't get me wrong, if Jan does hit him with a left hook, Izzy could go to sleep. Like, he could finish Izzy or TKO him, because we do know Izzy can be hurt as well. He got hurt a few times in the Gastelum fight. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I would say that Izzy is probably going to win by decisions. I think he's going to be wary of the power, so he might not commit too much, but he's just going to be sort of using his kickboxing sort of pedigree, like be in and out. He's got the reach over Jan, so he'll be in and out, jabbing him, kicking him, and just go to get the win from decision, really. Just if you don't know about Jan, he had a little resurgence in his career at the end. So only in February 2019, which was about 2 years ago, he lost to Thiago Santos, who's also on the card. He got TKO'd by him, but since then he's fought 4 times. No, 3. Yeah, 4 times. So he fought Luke Rockhold, who came up, finished him with a left hook. Split decision to Souza, won that. KO'd Corey Anderson in first round, and then TKO Dominic Reyes just recently to win the vacant light heavyweight title. And he also finished, basically, the left hook led to the finish of Dominic Reyes in the second round. So just if you're going to watch the fight, just look out for that left and see if he does manage to land it on Izzy. But I think, Izzy's going to be a 2-weight world champion by the end of UK time, like 6-7 a.m. He's going to be 2-weight world champion. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think he's ideally gonna try and go up to fight Jones at heavyweight at some point. But it'd be good to see him defend maybe the light heavyweight title a few more times and then go up, or if he wants to defend both, we'll see. But cool. Next title fight on the card. For me, I'm not too excited about this because it's too like what do they call it? Like too like one-sided. So you got Amanda Nunes, who's like pretty much the greatest women's UFC fighter of all time. 2-weight division champ, so she's the bantamweight champ and the women's featherweight champ. And she's actually the only one that's actually defended both. So she's gone back down, defended the bantamweight title and also defended the featherweight title. So she's defending both, which none of these double champs have actually done. So she's facing Megan Anderson, who's got a record of 11-4, but Megan Anderson's lost to people who Nunes have beat. So like Megan Anderson she's a really good fighter, but at like the top levels, for example, she lost to Holly Holm, she lost to Felicia Spencer. Both these people Nunes have beat. So I feel like at that featherweight division, there's not too many challengers, because if you go on the UFC rankings, there's literally nobody. There's not a top 15 in the featherweight division. So I feel like they're just trying to get a competition for the featherweight rankings, and maybe in the future develop that division. But yeah, like Megan Anderson, she's tall, she's rangy, could cause Nunes a bit of an issue at some point. But I struggle to see where Megan Anderson's better. Nunes is a beast on the feet, beat Cyborg on the feet, knocked Cyborg out on the feet. Like great boxing, great kickboxing, Muay Thai, like everything's on point. And on the ground, Nunes is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, whereas Megan Anderson's a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu. So I feel like in all areas, Nunes is stronger. But yeah, you never know. Could be a massive upset. Like Megan Anderson says, she's coming to shock the world, and it would be a massive shock if she won. I would love to see the odds on that. Nunes must be a huge favourite. But yeah, not really too excited about that one. But we'll see. Cool. So moving on to the next fight. This is my favourite fight now on the card. Just because I feel like these two are very evenly matched and it could go either way. So you got Peter Yan versus Algerman Sterling. This is in the bantamweight division, and this is a stacked division. So you got Yan, who's 15-1, and that one loss was before he came to the UFC. He's beaten Jose Aldo, that was for the bantamweight title. He's beaten Uriah Faber, an old Uriah Faber, but still like Faber's a decent fighter, and beaten Jimmy Rivera. Peter Yan's a boxer. He's like, his main thing is his punches. Like he comes forward and he's always just looking to like pressure you and box you up basically. He does throw leg kicks as well here and there, but he's not really a grappler. He's not really, like looking to submit you. He's just coming forward to box. Algerman Sterling, on the other hand, is a great wrestler, and he's a great kicker, and he's a decent boxer as well. So if we look at it, I feel that Algerman Sterling's just got he's got a more rounded skill set for MMA. So with Yan, you've got to mix in the wrestling, you've got to kick him, you can't just box with him because you'll lose. But I feel like Algerman will throw so many kicks, like his kicks are like, he's one of his main weapons. Against Pedro Munoz, he literally just kicked him for the whole first round, like roundhouse kicks, front kicks, leg kicks, calf kicks, head kicks. And he's got a bit of an more unorthodox style, like he'll throw spinning elbows, up elbows, just do some flashy stuff as well. So I feel like he's got more tools to beat Yan. Yan's very like great boxer and good takedown defense, but I feel like if Sterling can take him down and hold him down and wear him out for a bit, I feel like he'll win the fight. I think he's just got more tools, and in like an MMA contest, so if someone's got more tools that they can use against someone with limited tools, the guy with more tools will normally win. I would like to see Algerman get a few takedowns and put Yan on his back, because we've never really seen him on his back. But yeah, I think Algerman is going to win this one, and it's going to be a great fight because these guys are both beasts. Like, look at Algerman Sterling's last fight, took Sandhagen down, choked him out in the first round, and Sandhagen's a beast. Beat Pedro Munoz and Jimmy Rivera last 3 fights, as I've mentioned, and Yan's also like beat Aldo and some other great fighters. So I feel like Yan's probably fought lesser competition than Algerman, because Algerman's also fought like Marlon Moraes and people like that. If anyone hasn't seen a Marlon Moraes fight, that was his last loss, and that was a horrible knee. He got caught, I think he was going for a kick or going for a takedown and got caught with a knee, and yeah, that was a horrible one. But since then, winning ways and definitely deserves this title shot. But yeah, I think this is going to be the best card in the fight because Yan's tough as well. It's going to be hard to put Yan away, but I feel like over the 5 rounds, Algerman will win. Okay, moving down the card again. This whole card's good, so I feel like I just wanted to talk about each fight on the main card to give a bit of background on it, because the next one's Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. So Islam is Khabib's training partner, and he's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to going to take over from Khabib. So he's in the same division as Khabib, the lightweight division. So everyone at AKA, Daniel Cormier, Javier Mendez, they all say like he's going to be the next Khabib. From what I've seen, I don't think he's as good as Khabib. He hasn't fought anyone in the top 15 yet. He was scheduled to fight Lee at some point, Kevin Lee. That would have been a good test because Lee's like a top 5, top 10 fighter. So that one would have been a good fight, but that never happened. So he's fighting somebody outside the top 15 called Drew Dober. But this guy is a solid guy. He's Muay Thai amateur champion, and his last three fights, he's won by TKO or KO. So it's gonna be a good test for Islam, but I feel like they've given him Drew Dober because I think his style sort of complements Dober's, because Dober's a straight stand-up guy, and Islam, obviously we know from being in a camp with Khabib, Islam can strike, but he's mainly a wrestler. So I feel like he's going to take Drew Dober down, either submit him or just ground and pound him for 3 rounds, because Drew Dober can be taken down. But Dober he's a southpaw, and he's got a really nasty left hand. So if he lands that left hand on Makhachev, who knows, man, he could put him away. But I feel like they've given Islam this test. Islam's ranked number 14. Just giving him Dober, who's like, going to be easy for him to take down and win, and get him moving up to the top 10 and get him fighting there. But Dober's won the last 3 by KO. So interesting one. I always like to see Islam fight. I was just watching Islam versus it was one of the Russian guys. I can't remember his name. I think it was his second to last fight, and he's one of Jan's mates. And that contest was amazing. Like it was a really high level grappling fight, like submission attempts, trips, battling for position. It was a fight of the night actually. So yeah, check that one out if you're into grappling. That was a really good fight. Cool. Finally, the first fight on the main card, Santos versus Wreckage. I think this is going to be a war. Like, these guys like to stand and trade. Like, what a fight this is going to be. So Santos, as I said earlier, interestingly, has got a win over the current light heavyweight champion, Jan. So he's got that on his record, KO'd Jan, and he's also KO'd Jimmy Manuwa. Same as Wreckage. So these guys are both KO'd Jimmy Manuwa. So yeah, not a great fight to be watching if you're Jimmy Manuwa, because you're probably thinking, shit, man, these guys both KO'd me. But he's lost to John Jones after that, and then he's also lost to Glover Teixeira. So he's trying to get back onto winning ways. And Wreckage is coming off a decision win over Anthony Smith, when Anthony Smith wasn't looking his best, really. Like, he just looked flat in that fight, and Wreckage just took him down and just beat him up for 5 rounds. He lost previously to Volkov on decision, and that wasn't really a great fight. That was a bit of a boring fight. But then the fight before that, he KO'd Manuwa with that great head kick. I don't know. I haven't got a prediction on this one. I think they're both sort of trying to get back onto like consistent winning ways, and I think I don't know. Maybe Santos will take it. But they're going to stand and trade. They're both strikers, so. A really interesting one to watch as well. Great start to the card. I feel like the whole card's good. Like, I'm going to sit there and but I'm not going to stay up tomorrow morning. I'm just going to watch the whole card through. Like, I don't feel like there's any fights that I need to skip through on this card. Even the prelims, I just wanted to touch on the prelims as well, because Dominic Cruz, former 2-time bantamweight champion, is actually headlining the prelims against Casey Kenny. And Dominic Cruz, for me, is super smart. Like, if you watch his analysis, like, he's a super switched on guy. So to see him, he'll be normally either be in the main event or definitely on the main card. To see him go down to the prelims is a bit weird, but in one of his interviews he said we get paid the same whether we fight in the prelims or in the main event. The only time obviously you get paid more if you're the title challenge, the person who has the title, because you get pay-per-view points. So he doesn't mind fighting on the prelims. He just come off a loss to Cejudo. So he probably thinks I'll get some wins, rack some wins up, and then at some point fight for the title, because he will definitely fight for the title again. You know, he was at one point the greatest bantamweight in the world. Not bantam. Is it bantamweight? Yeah, greatest bantamweight in the world. Cool. So also on the prelims, we've got Sung Yudong, who is from Team Alpha Male, Uriah Faber's team, and he's supposed to be a really good up and comer. So he's fighting on the card on the prelims, and then Joseph Benavidez, who come off the two horrible losses to Davison Figueiredo. He's also going to be on the card. So obviously, I think he's just tested himself now against a relatively unknown prospect, see if he's still got it in him. And I think if he loses this one, he's going to retire. But I think like there's some good fights on the prelims as well, if you manage to stay awake till that time. So yeah, look forward to it. Great card, actually really good card, and there's another really good card coming up soon as well, which I'll do my predictions on. One of my favourite fighters, Brian Ortega, is going to be fighting on there, so I'm definitely excited to do a little video on that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll see if the predictions come true.